Hey guys, so I've spoken about the easiest side hustles that you should start in 2022. I've also spoken about the best self-improvement books that you should be reading in 2022. Today, we're talking about marketing plans, right? We're talking about how to create winning marketing plans for your business in 2022. And we're going to be creating a marketing plan in less than 1 hour in today's video. So enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, hello, welcome. My name is Damini. I make business, marketing, and lifestyle related videos for growing business owners. I try not to call anybody a small business owner because at some point, all of us, our business will be big one day. It will grow, right? Yeah, so if you like those type of videos and you want to see more of that type of content, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when I post new videos. At the moment, I try to post weekly and I will continue, right? In Jesus' name, amen. If you are a returning subscriber, how far now? Hope you are staying safe. Hope you are wearing your face mask everywhere as well. And yeah, let's get into today's video. So let's start today's video with two questions, right? Question number one, what is a marketing plan? Question number two, why is it important for your business to have a marketing plan? A marketing plan is simply any document that explains how you are going to sell the products and services that your business offers, right? It outlines the strategies and tactics and all those things. Why is it important to have a marketing plan? It gives you some form of direction, okay? Businesses that do not have marketing plans, you can easily tell. They are wasteful, they waste a lot of money. Their content, especially content, is all over the place. Nothing is aligned. A marketing plan gives you some level of direction. Without direction, you are going to just be doing shoot and miss, wasting the budget that you have, whether it's small or big, things like that, right? So now we know what the marketing plan is and we understand why it is important. As a small business owner, you don't need a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year marketing plan. You don't need it. The reason why is so many things change for especially small businesses within a very short period of time. So most of your marketing plans should actually be between 6 weeks and 3 months, nothing more than 3 months, because in 3 months' time, something will have changed in your business and you need to adapt to that. Now, as a small business, I know I said growing business, but as a small business, one of your key strengths is the speed of adaptation, okay? What is that? Speed of adaptation. What that means is you can easily adapt to new market trends, things that big businesses can't quickly enter. You can do that when it comes to things like pricing, when it comes to things like packaging, when it comes to things like even, your delivery chain. Your supply chain rather, you can quickly adapt those things. In my last video, I spoke about a book called Lean Startup, right? And one of the key things that the Lean Startup book explains is how you can leverage, new trends and adapt to them quicker than your competitors. As a small business owner, that's almost like your only strength. So you have to learn how to use it well. And that's why you can't be creating 1 year, 3 year, 5 year marketing plans. It's a waste of time. So your marketing plan should always be between 6 weeks and 3 months, maximum of 3 months. Now in today's video, we're going to create our own marketing plan in easy to follow steps. So let's start with step one. Step one is analyzing data. Now I keep on saying this in almost all my videos. Data is very, very important, right? And there are two ways for you to analyze this data: internally and externally. This whole process, I want you to either do one of two things. Either open a MS Word document or a Google slide or a PowerPoint presentation, or get a piece of paper. Get a book, actually, not a piece of paper. Get a book and a biro. I would suggest you go the MS Word route because it's easier, you can type, right? So back to what I was saying. Step one is to analyze data. And when you're analyzing data, you want to ask yourself two questions. What happened in my business internally, and what happened in my business externally? Now, things that happen in your business internally are things within your control. Please remember that. Things that happen within your business are things within your control. Things that happen externally are those things that are not within your control. You have no control over them. It would have happened whether your business existed or not. These are two different things. You're going to use this data to then create other things that will serve as the foundation of your marketing plan. So that's why step one is analyzing data, right? And I'm going to give you a list of questions to ask yourself. So what happened internally? The first question you ask, I need to slow down. The first question you want to ask yourself is, number one, what product or service sold best, right? If you are in clothing, what particular type of clothing sold best? Were they gowns? Was it a t-shirt? Things like that. The next question is, what was the most common questions? What were the most common questions that people asked you? Did they ask you what size do you have available? Did they ask you what colors are available? Did they ask you if you had so and so available? Did they ask you, do you deliver to this place? Now, the reason why this particular question is very important is you want to have a list of FAQs that you're going to always be updating in your business. The reason, because again, you're running a small business. I want to assume that you also have a very lean team. So these common questions that people ask you, you want to have a list of FAQs, like folder, where you can always just have these questions already pre-answered that you can just go and pick and send. That's why this question is also here. The next question, what period did you make your most sales? Christmas, Valentine, Easter, Black Friday. What period did you make your most sales? Which promo was the most profitable promo? Did you do buy two get one free? Did you do free delivery? Did you do buy one bag, get a purse, get a wallet for free or something? What kind of promos did you do? And what were your top performing promos in case more than one did well? Next question, which ad was most profitable? So I'm guessing that you ran different types of advertisement, whether it was online or even offline. Which one was your most profitable ad? Right. What was the most common complaints? Packaging, pricing, quality, quantity. What complaint did you get the most? Now, almost like similar to the frequently asked questions, your complaints are the questions that are not questions. No, they're not questions. They are the things that you need to focus on, right? So things like, if people complain about your packaging, how can you improve your packaging? If people complain about your quality, how can you fix that quality? Those are the questions that you should answer. What media channel brought you the most customers? So was it Instagram? Was it Facebook? Was it WhatsApp? If WhatsApp is there, then how did you get them to your WhatsApp, right? Those are the questions you want to ask yourself. And these are things that you want to ask yourself internally. Now, we go to externally. Again, remember, externally are those things that are outside of your control. You can't control them. The first question, did the price of your suppliers increase? Most likely they did. What caused this increase? From what to what did it increase to? Right there. Did any government policy affect you? So for example, if you're in logistics now, I know this year they brought out a lot of new sort of permits for them to use. So this is an external problem. Like whether you had a logistics business or not, the government would have released those permits. How did COVID affect your business? Did it affect your business positively? Did it affect your business negatively? Now, positively in the sense that if you sell items that help people to be always clean. So let's say you sell gloves or you sell face masks or you sell sanitizers. You cashed out during that. You are cashing out during this COVID period, right? So yeah, ask yourself those questions. Did competitors in your market increase? Did a lot of people come and join you to sell what you're selling? Did it increase? Did it reduce? Things like that. Who are your top 3 competitors and what is working for them? Do you sell the exact same thing? Are your prices similar? Do they have do they have a larger social media presence than you do? If yes, why do you think they have that? Now, this particular question is supposed to answer one thing and one thing only. What are your competitors doing? What are your top 3 competitors doing that are working for them, and how can you adapt it in your business to work for you, right? If out of your top 3 competitors, you are still at the top, you are the first out of the 4, right? If you are the first out of the 4, kudos to you. Again, look at what they are doing and look at how you can add it to your business and still increase that gap, so to speak. If you are not, how do you then become number 1, right? That's what that question answers. Now, both this internal question and external question, set of questions, you're going to bring them together and you're going to create what we call a SWOT analysis. So SWOT stands for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here is the kick. The internal questions that you're asking, those are your strengths and weaknesses. Again, they are internal. So what strength do you have? What weakness do you have? For example, now, we said what products sold best. Let's say this jersey I'm wearing sold best out of all the other jerseys that I'm selling, right? That's a strength of mine. People like this, my polo. This is my Nigerian polo, right? Weakness, delivery. There was always a delay in my delivery. That's a weakness. I don't have dispatch bike at the moment, so it's difficult for me to make any changes there. But I'll still write it down. The reason why I'm writing this down is my SWOT analysis is now going to feed the foundation of my marketing plan. So we spoke about strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. What opportunities are there? So COVID has happened. Is there any way that my business can tap into COVID and make money? Is it possible? Threats. The government has said that we should bring X million naira to buy a permit as a logistics business. Can I afford this permit? If I can't afford it, that's a threat, right? So you need to like, okay, so if you are writing this out, you're going to create 4 boxes. In one box is your strengths. You're going to list out all the strengths that you have in that box. In another box is your weakness. You're going to list out all the weaknesses you have in that box. Another box is your opportunities. You're going to list out all the opportunities that you have. Another box is threats. You're going to list out all the threats you have, right? Now, don't forget, strengths and weakness are the internal questions that we asked earlier. Those are the questions, those are the answers. When you answer those questions, it's either a strength or a weakness. Opportunities and threats are the questions that we answered for external questions. Okay? Remember that. Now, for step 2, you want to map out what we call clear objectives. Now, remember, your marketing plan is 6 weeks to 3 months. So you want to mark out clear objectives for between 6 weeks to 3 months. Now, these clear objectives, you only need 2. You don't need more than two. They're not that big. Just do 2 and focus on these 2 things. Number 1 is sales and awareness. That's all you need to focus on as objectives for your marketing plan. Only sales and awareness. Every other thing, let it go. Okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to use what we call a SMART goal system. So SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, result-oriented, and time-bound. Okay, that's what you call a SMART goal system. That's how you're going to create your objectives. They must be smart. They must be specific. They must be measurable. They must be attainable. They must be result oriented, and they must be time bound. So let me give you an example of your objectives, and let's use sales. Now remember, in the step 1, we analyzed data and we said that this is my best-selling jersey. Okay, now when I want to create my objectives for sales, I'm going to say something like I want to sell 100 pieces of this jersey before the end of March in 2022. So it is specific, it is measurable, 100 jerseys, it is achievable. I have 100 pieces, so they can sell it. If I don't have 100 pieces, how would I say I want to sell 100 pieces? So that means it is achievable or attainable. It is result oriented. I want to sell it for 100 pieces. I can put the price if I want to, or the revenue target. I want to sell it for 100 pieces at 10,000 naira each, right? I believe that's 1 million naira. My math, yes, that's 1 million naira. And at the end of when it's time bound, so when do I want to sell it? Before the end of March 2022. So that's a smart goal right there. That's my first objective. My second objective, my second objective is awareness. I shouldn't have drank that monster. My second objective is awareness, right? And how do I want to measure awareness? The most common one, increase in followers on your social media. That's the easiest way to measure if a lot of people are coming. You can also look at things like profile visits, page visits, website visitors if you have a website, landing page views. If you are using a landing page campaign, you can use landing page views, right? So these are things that you want to use to map out your objectives. Like I told you, your SWOT analysis is what you are going to use to create your 2 objectives. You only need 2. And again, with these 2, you are focusing on what? Sales and awareness. Now, your strengths, okay, let me use myself as an example. My strength is in this polo. I did not say it is in Germany's jersey. I said it was this white Nigerian polo. For example, now let's say Germany's jersey is the one that people did not buy at all. Now, me going to say that, okay, the objective I want to set is to sell 100 pieces of the Germany polo. It kind of doesn't make sense, considering I already have this as a strength for my business. You understand what I'm saying? So, when you are creating your objectives, make sure that you are using something that aligns with the strengths that you've mentioned in the previous step in our SWOT analysis. So now, let's go to step 3, okay? Step 3 is creating your strategy and mapping out your tactics. So you have your objectives. Now, what strategy are you going to use and what tactics are you going to use to achieve those objectives? Now, let me explain. A lot of people confuse this and think that tactics is strategy and strategy is tactics. No, it's not. Now, let me use this example to explain what strategy is. Strategy is the building, or is the overarching theme. Strategy is the overarching theme. Tactics is what goes inside the strategy. But you get what I'm saying? Anyways, so an architect designs the house, right? Bricklayers build the house. If an architect should design a house and there's no toilet in a particular room, the bricklayer is not going to build a toilet. He's going to build the house the way the architect designed it. When the architect now finds out that there's no toilet, he will then have to either bring the house down and redesign the whole thing, or create a toilet outside, which doesn't make sense. But a bricklayer's job is to achieve the strategy. So strategy always comes first, and then bricklayer's job is to achieve. A bricklayer's job is to build what the architect designed. That's what I meant. So tactics would always be inside strategy. All right, good. Now, when it comes to strategy, the only strategy you should focus on as a business owner, as a growing business owner, is what we call market penetration. Leave every other thing. Every other thing that you have heard, leave it alone. You don't need it. As a growing business, the only thing that you should focus on are things that you need. Leave the nice to haves and focus on the thing that is going to give you the 2 things I mentioned: sales and awareness. And the best way for you to do that is through marketing penetration. Now, let me use an example to explain this strategy. I live in an estate and I sell water. I sell seaway water, right? Now, when marketing penetration is, everybody in that estate must know that I sell seaway water. That is when I'm penetrating that market, okay? That's why it's called market penetration. There's the market, which is my estate. Everybody in that estate must know that I'm selling seaway water. When I am done with selling seaway water to those people in that estate, I then go to another estate beside my estate. I then go and penetrate that market. That's why whatever it is you are doing as a small business or as a growing business is always involving a market penetration strategy. You don't have a lot of funds to be doing other things like diversification. You're not Dangote, or product development. You're not MTN. Okay, you are a growing business that needs to focus on getting your products in the hands of as many people and in front of as many people, which is sales and awareness. So it is market penetration. Now, we've explained the strategy. Now, the tactics that go into that market penetration is usual suspects. Content marketing. So for content marketing, you have your social media management techniques where you post online every day, things like that. You have your email marketing. I'm not a huge fan of email marketing, but it is what we call low-hanging fruit. It works. I'm not a huge fan, but it works. And if it works, don't say because I'm not a huge fan, you're not going to do it. Do it. So there's content marketing, there's influencer marketing. I have a video that explains how influencer marketing works, how you can leverage your friends and family as influencers. I haven't explained the whole idea of you are 7 people away from anybody in the world. But go and watch the video to understand it better. So there's influencer marketing, and obviously there's social media advertising, Facebook ads, Snapchat ads. They've banned Twitter in Nigeria, so you can't do Twitter ads. Even though Twitter ads were really expensive when I tried them out. Then TikTok ads are coming. They're not here yet. I don't think they're live in Africa. At least they're not live here in Nigeria. But I know they are coming in 2022. We'll be able to run TikTok ads. That's something that you should also want to get into with your business, right? And then obviously you have your sales promo and discount, right? During the year, one of the internal questions I asked you was, what promos worked the most or the best out of all the ones you ran? This is where, in your tactics section, this is where you now bring in that information, where you begin to now highlight this promo worked, that promo didn't work too well. These are the top 3 promos that worked: free delivery, buy 2 get 1 free, all those kind of things, right? And remember your objectives. Always, you need to always know that you're tying it back to your objectives. So your strategy is market penetration, right? And we are selling 100 pieces of this. So that means that I must penetrate the market and sell 100 pieces of this, right? That's your strategy, market penetration, using this. This is the product. Your tactics must lead more than 100 people to your market, to your business, whether it's online, whether you have a store or something, right? You must send more than 100 people to that business, and 100 people at least must buy before the end of March 2022. Remember our objectives. So always make sure that you align them. So that's your step 3, strategy and tactics. All right. Now let's talk about step 4, right? Step 4 is action, okay? And when it comes to action, it's time for budget. You need to know how much money you have in your pocket. And you can't lie to yourself, you can't lie to your business, right? We said I want to sell 100 pieces of this thing. Can we afford to market to the number of people that will now bring 100 people to sell it? Can we afford to market to a potential of 10,000 people to be able to find 100 people that will buy this product? Do we have that money, right? So for action, all the tactics that we mentioned in the previous step, which one of those tactics can we activate? Can we operate now? Number 1, the content marketing. Things like Canva have made designing all these graphics, little graphics, simple for you. You can do that. Email marketing as well. You can set up your own email marketing with things like MailChimp. It depends on what you sell, Sha. If you sell digital products, there's ConvertKit. I think I mentioned in my previous video, one of my previous videos, I mentioned Seller and Kobo Cost, things like that, right? You can use those guys as an email marketing automation tool to send out your emails. So there's that. Influencer marketing is probably one of the most expensive things that you spend your money on, but it works. It actually works. People actually buy what these influencers tell them to buy. Like if an influencer should say, go and buy this thing, people they go buy them. Like I've seen this thing happen in my eyes, and it's amazing how you don't know this guy, you don't know him from anywhere. You only know him on social media, but he's telling you jump up, you are jumping up. So yeah, influencer marketing works. And then the content that you're even going to use for your social media ads. So the content you're using for your video, your Facebook ads and your Snapchat ads. Remember, I always mention that you want to use video. To shoot that video, you need money. And you're not going to call clients Peters, but you will call somebody now. Or you will buy an iPhone 12 Pro Max or iPhone 13 Pro Max if you have the money to shoot the video, right? So all these things go into your action, and that's your budget. So You need to know how much money you have. How much money do you have? How much owo, ego, kudi? How much do you have? Write it down. Write how you're going to spend it. Again, this is a marketing plan. It's not a playful document. It's a marketing plan. You're going to come back and check this plan in the next 6 to 3 months and question yourself. You're not going to question me. You're going to question yourself because you're the one doing this marketing plan. If you want me to do it for you, don't worry. I have a company that will do it for you. Just come. And our money is not loud. You can afford it. Try. But for real though, put numbers that are realistic. That's another thing. Put numbers that are realistic. If you are selling 100 pieces of this shirt and you want to look okay, so let me give you guys a hack. What we do is, if we use revenue, if the revenue I'm going to make is 10 million naira, right? I want to take between 8 to 12% of 10 million naira to use as my marketing budget, which is 800k to 1.2 million. That's what we use. That's how, this is something that we tell people during our trainings that are getting for free. Like, you people, subscribe if you have not subscribed, please. No, I'm begging you with force. But yeah, so you always want to use 8 to 12% of your total revenue as your marketing budget, right? And this is what goes into your action. Now, when it comes to action plans, remember I said everything is between 6 weeks to 3 months. So what are you doing in week 1? What ad are you running? What post are you posting? What email are you sending? How are you finding new people to send emails to? What BC will you send? Those are your action plans, right? So these are these are the things that you're going to put in this place. Hope you understand. I need to drink water. So this is the final step. I think this is step 5. Abi? Step 1 is analyze data. Step 2, map out objectives. Step 3, strategy and tactics. Step 4, action. So this is your final step 5. And this is, management and control. So in step 4, you start spending money in action, or you've created plans to spend money. Step 5 is, okay, how do I make sure that this money I'm spending is not wasting? Okay, what do I do to ensure that I can manage it, that if it's not working according to plan, I can easily quickly change and continue my life in another direction? That's what step 5 is all about. And you want to use KPIs. So KPIs, key performance indicators, you want to have that in place. Now, for me, my favorite KPI is timestamps, using timestamps, because time will not lie to you. Like 1 week will finish, and what have you achieved in 1 week? Tell us. So you want to have like status reports, all those sort of things for yourself. Again, this is your business, not my business, right? So you want to have timestamps. At the end of 1 week, I'm selling. Okay, so again, that's why I like. See, this is why I like numbers. Numbers don't lie. You're selling 100 pieces of this, right? Good. And you're selling it for 3 months. At the end of, so if you're selling 100 pieces for 3 months, that means you want to sell a minimum of 33.33 or so. I'm not sure of the math. Do you want to sell a minimum of 33 points? Obviously, you can't do 33 points. So you want to sell a minimum of 34 pieces per month. If by the end of week 2, I have not sold up to 10 pieces, and I'm supposed to sell 17 by the end of week 2, if I've not sold up to 10 pieces, that's a red flag. I need to see what's going on. Where am I messing up, right? Where am I messing up, or where is the market messing up? It's not necessarily you that is messing up. It could just be the market is not ready for it, right? How do you now, either pivot to something else or somewhere else and make sure that you achieve the revenue target, the sales target that we mentioned earlier? So that's what you want to use timestamps for. Timestamps will tell you whether your objectives are on track or not. So you want to use timestamps for sales, especially for sales. Even for awareness, you can use timestamps as well. So if you say 3 months, maybe you can do every 2 weeks. If you say 6 weeks, you can do every week. Things like that, right? Another thing you can do is always keep your ears down for more data. Always accept data. Never reject data. Data is your friend from now on. If you're hearing this for the first time, if there's anything, take it. Data is now your best friend. Always accept data. There are certain new trends that might come that might affect your marketing plan positively or negatively. For example, if a celebrity wears this polo and he does something that is good in the public eye, I can post that on my page, tag him, go to all those official protocols, I won't enter into any trouble, and then just leave that on my page. So while I'm running my sponsored ads, when people come, they will see the guy's picture, they will see that polo. I did not say that he bought it from you. I'm not going to lie, but I'm just going to give him a shout out, and then maybe under I can just put a note writing that this polo, we have it available in stock, this exact same polo, things like that, right? I will put a huge disclaimer as well. Always remember, I've always put disclaimers. If you're not the one that sold it to that person, don't post his picture and say that he bought it from you. That's a lie. That's wrong from a religious standpoint and a legal standpoint. But yeah, so that's why you want to use. You want to use timestamps to manage and control whether what you're doing is working or not. If it's not going according to plan, find where the drop off is happening. Right? That's when you're now going to analyze the data that you have. So if you're running ads, are people viewing these ads? If they're not viewing the ad, you want to look at your targeting options. How are you targeting the ad? If they are liking the ad and they're not sending you DMs, you DM them. DM like a few of them. See what their feedback is. Are they saying the price is too high? Are they saying it's not something that they are looking to get now? Are they saying that they want to do payment on delivery? Find what exactly the problem is and fix it. That's what step 5 is about: management and control. All right. And with that, I would like to say we've created our marketing plan, right? So obviously you started with analyzing the data of what happened internally and externally, and you found your way into objectives. You also found your way then into the strategy and tactics you want to use to achieve those objectives. Then you got into action, or you are going to go into action, and then you're now going to manage and control, the action that you're about to go into. So that's what a marketing plan is. Obviously, if for bigger businesses and larger companies, it's a whole lot more complex. But we like to keep things very simple in-house. And I personally also like to keep things simple. I don't like when people just throw big buzzwords around. So what we've explained in this video is all you need, really. You don't need anything else. This would get you $1 billion this year in 2022 in sales. In Jesus' name, amen. But yeah, with that in mind, we've come to the end of this video. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, please drop a like for me and ask questions, drop your comments, add anything you want to add. If it's useful and relevant, I will keep it there. If not, I'll delete it. Ask any questions, please. I always have to beg people to ask me questions. And what you do is you now come to my DMs to ask me questions. Like, ask me questions in the open. Let me respond in the open. Because as you're asking me these questions in the open, somebody else might be shy and doesn't want to ask in the open, and will answer, and that way we're helping everybody together, right? If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, help me. And yeah, I guess that's it. So my next video is supposed to come after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you and yours, and stay safe, stay easy, stay blessed.